What if art, specifically the art of hymn prose, could trace the arc of redemption, not by merely listing its events, but by framing it through the songs that attend those events? Welcome to the Friday 5 series from Musically Speaking. I'm Jared Ritchie, and today is Friday, May the 16th. Well, last week we talked about a river that speaks in the music of Smetana's Moldau. This week we're listening to something else that speaks, but across time. It's a song. Today's episode does just what the opening question asked. It explores how a 19th century English hymn writer, James Montgomery, traces the arc of the gospel story, not by retelling its events per se, but by highlighting the songs that attend those events. Montgomery's hymn, Songs of Praise the Angels Sang, offers a view of creation, redemption, and eternity through the lens of singing. So I'd like to look at three of those musical snapshots together in the next couple minutes on our Friday Five.
Songs of praise the angels sang, every hallelujahs rang, when Jehovah's word began, when he spake and it was done.
The first of those snapshots is the Song of Beginnings, with that lyric of the creation. It doesn't begin in silence, but in sound. God speaks, the world comes to be, but you could say, inasmuch as he speaks, he sings. The angels are singing, and the attendance of creation is the music of creation. And it's a neat way to begin this hymn, and it's the first of these snapshots, the opening stanza.
Songs of praise awoke the morn, when the Prince of Peace was born. Songs of praise arose, when he captive led captivity.
The second of these reasons is the Song of Redemption, where you hear the songs of praise attendant at Christ's birth and at his resurrection. It's interesting, this is very compact because this is where we expect songs to be. So Montgomery doesn't spend much time here, but he says it very succinctly and very powerfully. And that's the second of these snapshots that's worth your attention.
And can man alone be dumb till the glorious kingdom come? Though the church delights to raise psalms and hymns and songs of praise.
And that's probably my favorite of the snapshots here, the Song of Response, and the use of the word dumb in the Old English sense of mute. And while that word might sound jarring or outdated to our modern ears, it's still very poignant because it forces the question, if all of heaven and earth is singing, what excuse do I have for remaining quiet? And the answer is given immediately. It says, no, the church delights to raise psalms and hymns and songs of praise. And that's really the proper response. And it kind of serves as a nice little sermonette in there. And I find it very, very fun and very likable. And that leads us to the final reflection here is that the best of art, and in this hymn it's no exception, best of art doesn't try to explain the entirety of anything, but it invites us to peer into it through maybe one or two aspects, in this case, song. So instead of going point by point through doctrines, this hymn traces the work of God through history, through the songs that attended those great and mighty works. So if you'd like to hear more of this from the Coventry Singers, I'll put a link in the show notes. My friend David Erb also has written a melody to accompany this text, and he even uses the Overtone series, which is kind of a nice creational gesture there. The tune he chose seems very, very much a cousin of this Monkland tune we've listened to. Well, that's going to have to do it for today's episode of the Friday Five. As always, thank you so much for listening. I'll see you next week.